Hello everybody, and welcome back to my home here in East Tennessee, and happy spring. I am so glad that it is finally spring and it's starting to warm up here in our area. So look who is in bloom. She heralds spring for me every single year. This is my beautiful GCT Lawless Glorianna. And as you all know, I have had her for around 20 years. I really can't remember how long I have this plant. But I can't remember not having her. She's the very first cattleya, she's the very first orchid that I had success with as a brand new grower. So that endears her to me a great deal. She has been growing in New Zealand sphagnum moss ever since I had her. That's what I bought her in. So that's what I grow this cattleya plus all of my other cattleyas. They are all in New Zealand sphagnum moss. And they do really, really well. So today I thought in celebration of spring, I would take you through some of my plants. I want to do some of my older plants that you all have grown to love and some that are fan favorites. And then I've got some new ones that are in bloom. I've got one especially that's in bloom that I really can't even speak when I look at it. As a matter of fact, right now I am looking away from Lawless Glorianna just so that I can talk. Because when I look at this beauty, it's kind of like, I don't know. See, I'm looking at her. Do you tell the difference? I can't talk and look at her at the same time. She's so pretty. So I'm really excited to share with you all some of the blooms that I have today. I love to show blooms in the spring. And look what I have in bloom. Yes, this is Lewisberry Trinity. She's just beautiful. That's all I can say about this one. This is my newest Phal that's in bloom. I just showed you my oldest orchid in bloom, and this is my newest Phal that is in bloom. Oh my goodness, her very first bloom cycle, and I can't speak. I'm serious. I cannot speak when I look at this plant. I saw this on, let me think, on a Facebook site. And my daughter and I were just looking through some orchids, and she said, "Oh, Mom, you've got to have that one." And, you know, my daughter is she has a very keen eye. She's an artist. You know, of course, she's a karate teacher, but she's also a really talented artist. And when she said that, I just looked at the picture of this orchid and I said, I have to have this. So this one came from orchids.com. It is in beautiful shape. It is just a beautiful, tiny little orchid. It is very much a miniature. Let me see if I can just kind of pan down and show you. She is in a coffee cup. Yes. So just a beautiful little plant. And I can't tell you how much I enjoy the blooms of this plant. This is so breathtaking, and I love this little orchid. I couldn't wait to share this one with you all. And this is my oldest miniature Phalaenopsis that I have in bloom right now. Of course, it's not really what I would call a miniature. As you see, it's not a miniature anymore. But when I bought this, this was another one of my daughter's picks, and she picked it up about 13 years ago at a garden center, and she just had to have it, and it was a cold day. But it came in this little 2-inch pot. So I guess that when something comes in a pot that small, I do think of it as miniature. This is my Phal Equestras cross, and I just think that it is absolutely so beautiful. I don't know how many blooms it has on it this year. I didn't stake these blooms up because I have it hanging kind of on a shelf at the top in my sunroom here. But I absolutely love these blooms. I like the way this looks when it's not staked up. Usually I do like flower spikes staked, but this I think is just such a pretty, pretty show. So I've had this one in my collection for 13 years. She is growing in, let me think, she's growing in Orchiada bark, medium sized, with New Zealand sphagnum moss. And now is a good time to mention to you all, my channel is sponsored by the Orchid Supply Store, and I'm going to have their information down below in the description box. And what I really encourage you to do is when you have orchids, they are such special plants. Make sure that you use the best quality media with them, the best quality pots. The Orchid Supply Store has New Zealand sphagnum moss, spag moss, the best moss on the planet. They have Orchiata bark, every size you can think of, from extra small to extra large, just depending on what you're growing. They also have the nicest orchid pots that I've ever used. And they have those in seedling size on up to 10-inch pots. And they're nice, sturdy pots with plenty of drainage on the bottom of them. They've got anything that you can think of to help you grow your orchids and your plants. And also don't forget to use my coupon code, Amy, for a 12% viewers discount when you place an order. And one of my newer orchids that is still in bloom is my Telumnia Jairak Firm Butterfly. I love the color of this little orchid. You get a lot of color for such a tiny little orchid. This thing is just like, I don't know, it's like 3 inches tall. It's the cutest little thing. And I'm quite taken by these Telumnias. This is a hybrid, and it is growing in New Zealand sphagnum moss in a 3-inch pot from the Orchid Supply Store. And it has just done really well. I grow this under grow lights, and it's just easy. I water it when it's, well, not bone dry, but I water it as it approaches dryness. And it has just done very, very well. Cute little guy. I just love these little Telumnias. And my oldest Phal in my collection is my Phal Legato. I actually bought Phal Legato along with 2 others the very same year. I bought Caribe, and I also bought Phal Marianne along with this one so that I would have a pretty table display. And I had no idea when I bought this orchid how special this would be to me. She's had, let's see, I've had her for about 15 years. Every year she's bloomed for me. She's never missed a year. She's one that I used to have in water culture back in the day, and then of course I put her back in Orchiata bark. At one point I had a hard time getting a hold of really good quality bark. That's one reason why I appreciate Orchiata bark so very much. Before I found it, in our area we just didn't have good quality bark. And so once I found Orchiata at the Orchid Supply Store, I have never looked back. It is just what I recommend for your orchids. As you see, this is the results that I get, and I would not put her in anything but Orchiata bark. She is growing in medium-sized Orchiata bark, and she's been in this for about, I've been growing her in Orchiata bark for about 6 or 7 years now, and you can see the results I get with it. And as I end this video, I just kind of wanted to scan around and show you what the sunroom is looking like now. Everything is in bloom, almost full bloom now, and it's spectacular. So just wanted to kind of give you all a glimpse. I was hoping that the sun would come out a little bit today, but I think that you can see pretty much that everything is all bloomed out. Yes, my Tahiti sunsets, they are bloomed out. They will be in the next video. And as you all see, all of my Phals have bloomed. So as I end the video, let me give you something really, really pretty to look at. This is, these are my 2 Tahiti sunsets. And also to the right is my Phal Zen Chin Diamond in full bloom. What a beautiful, beautiful orchid she is. She blooms for me so pretty every year. And I appreciate you all going on my spring tour with me. Just kind of wanted to show you what's going on, tell you some some new things, show you some new things. I couldn't wait to show you my little miniature Phal Lewisberry Trinity. Just think that is such a beautiful little orchid. I'm kind of trying to keep everything separated right now. Oddly enough, I had a little tiny, not what I would call an infestation by any means, but I had a few mealybugs here and there. So I'm trying to really keep an eye on my plants. I've used a lot of Garden Safe insecticidal soap. I've been using it for about the past 3 weeks and it seems to have taken care of it, but I'm just being extra careful. So as I end the video, I would love to say the blessing over you, your families, and your plants. May the Lord bless you and keep you. Make His face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord lift His face towards you and give you peace. You all make it a great day, and we'll talk to you next time.